All right. Well, another show done. And funny thing is that Sass just went over there and wanted to get another win. And they're cool. I'm happy you won. You know why? Because you got a lot of second places. You know, it feels like, and a lot of runner-ups. And now it was kind of cool for him to win another win. So he must be really happy because he worked really hard. He must be the longest dieting guy because he did Detroit, right?
Yeah,
And then,
dude.
which was the first show, like right after the Arnold. And then it just like he just did all the shows almost.
Yeah.
Did he?
Crushing shows.
Crushing shows. Second places all around, and then 2 pro wins. I think it should just wait, is that Dubai next? Is that what it is? Well, might as well go with D.
Dubai is it's next weekend.
He should do it. He should do it. But I'm gonna prop up the I have the results here, the scorecard. 1 second. Boom. Okay. So let's see that. So Sass, straight ones, I guess. Yeah, 4, 3, 7, and then second place was a 212 competitor.
Yeah, 212 guy.
Angel Calderon Frias. And honestly, it was like pretty nails.
So somebody had Calderon winning after prejudging, though.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's why, because I saw
Really?
Yeah, well, I guess so.
Because otherwise, he would have had 6 there as well.
No, you're right. You're right. But the finals, it was straight ones, right?
Yeah.
So at the prejudge, I didn't really look too far to that show because I saw some pictures. I'm like, okay, Angel is really good. But Sass is like, the guy's gonna win. But I wonder, like, I think that I don't know if it was the pictures or not. I'll try to find something here. But look at an Angel. I'll just say Angel or Angel, whatever.
Angel.
He's actually looks bigger than, because Sass is actually not a super huge guy. So this is where you see that Angel is actually
the thickness.
Even the quads are looking good on him, right?
His chest is crazy.
Chest is crazy. Everything's crazy, right?
Yeah. Sass has better legs, obviously. Probably a better midsection. Obviously,
look at that back.
Yeah, the back on Angel is pretty crazy. But Sass keeps like beating these guys who have better backs than him, but he just is so good on every other pose that it really kind of makes up for it, right?
I think these pictures are fine because there was one thing I noticed that I wonder if Sass is not as sharp for this show as the other ones.
Yeah, I kind of thought the same thing when he turned around to hit the back shots, and you could kind of see like a little bit of, I don't know, like water or fat underneath the glute.
Little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit, yeah.
But
it's hard to do back-to-back shows and travel, dude.
Jeez, yeah, dude, no kidding. Holy fuck.
People have no idea. He had to go from fucking Canada all the way to Spain. You're on flight on Sunday. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it's kind of funny. Like when I see a guy competing like this, I'm like, man, like he's going to have so much other shit to catch up on in life after all this is done.
Like think about logistically with food though. Like, you know what I mean? Like you're another country, like,
oh yeah,
you got to like pack your food, get your food, seal your food, travel with your food. It's like, and not only that, let's be honest, food's probably not even going to be 100%. Like when you're in that travel day, you're probably just doing chicken, fat.
I will say though, like at the pro level, I feel like guys get help, like, from people, especially a guy like Sass. Like, a lot of people really like Sass and they probably see him traveling around. Like, I'm sure, he's probably going to these destinations and people are helping him, I would assume. Cause even like me, like I'm getting ready for Tampa and Texas, and like I have people reaching out to me that like I know in those areas, and they're like, oh, like anything you need, like, we'll get your food ready for you and stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, like sick, like, so.
Yeah, places to go, where to get food.
Yeah, people are really willing to help out like pros, I find,
You can tell he's not as sharp as before. If you look at the inner legs here a little bit compared to like, and hell here. And I think the back, also the glutes, like a little bit here, the glutes a little bit. But it's like, it's crazy because anybody with that condition would be like, wow, this guy's nails. Like, for example, if Samson Dauda would arrive in that condition right now, like he is here, you'd be like, holy shit, he's missed Olympia 8 times in a row, right?
I wonder how much like the time difference of this show compared to Toronto like could have affected that, right? Because they probably compete at like 3 or 4 hours earlier.
I think it's 8, isn't it? 8 hours from Eastern to Spain.
Yeah, well, yeah, I'm not really that sure, but like I just remember like, like yesterday morning I was like waking up and like prejudging was done. Right. So
yeah.
So it's like that extra time in the morning that you would typically get to dry out.
Yeah,
Right.
8 hours ahead.
Yeah. So that could be a factor.
And I will say, like, you know how when we critique physiques, right? We're like, oh, he's not as sharp. It's like people sometimes like take as a dig. It's not a dig. It's just it is what it is, and it's not like Sass did anything wrong. It's like sometimes your body just does what it does, and like when you have to travel and do that, it's like, dude, people. I one thing that gets me upset sometimes is people like they get mad at people being off. It's like, bro, it's not that easy. You can't just snap your fingers and be like, I'm going to be peeled next time and full and rocking hard. Like, it doesn't work that way. Like, you're coercing your body to be a certain way. You know what I mean? Of course, can you take actions and steps to give yourself the best chances to have the best overall package of condition? Yeah. But back to back to back to back shows, dude, that's like, man, I've done it 3 times and it's not fun at all.
No, it's tough.
Especially a show a week apart, bro. The tan on your skin,
Yeah.
your skin gets all splotchy and fucking weird.
Yeah, there's like so many things to account for when you're competing like this, and you have such a short period of time to like pay attention to like your tan, like keeping your skin good, like, staying on top of your PED, staying on top of your food, like getting training and getting cardio. And it's like, it's an immense amount of stuff to manage, especially when you're traveling across the world.
And then add sleep issue, bro, right?
Yeah, sleep.
It's like going from UK to Canada and then Canada to Spain. It's like time change. I mean, dude, for me, if I go on vacation and I travel back, I'm retarded for like a week. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
When he's moving like that, I think the only thing is that it's like a little bit on the back and then a little bit like the holding and the glutes, but that's it. But if you look at him, I think that's like a 94.6% SAS instead of 100 like all the shows he did.
Yeah.
It's like it's so little, and because he's so good and he's so 100%, you can see a little bit when he's not 100%. But like,
do you guys think he's fuller here, or do you think he's around?
He seems like a little fuller to me, and it seems like it's helping him on the front shots, but it kind of seems like it's hurting him on the back shots a bit.
I was just gonna say that, Morgan. I want to make sure I wasn't seeing something weird.
No, he was pretty full there. I wonder what his weight was.
Yeah,
a little more pop.
So I think if he just had a bit more muscle on his backside, and this level of condition and fullness, it would be like absolutely crazy.
Yeah, all that more surface area.
The last striations are still there. The glutes are still here.
Yeah, it's all there. Yeah, but Toronto was just crispy, man.
Yeah.
Or even Detroit, it was like really good.
Detroit,
all of them. He was like,
I would say, I don't want to say his worst look, but I mean his worst look out of all the times he's competed, to me would have probably been New York, where I think he got like 4th or 5th.
Oh, okay, I wonder what he did then.
That's a show like he was even fuller than this one. Like it seemed like he really tried to push the fullness for New York.
Yeah,
and it kind of backfired against him. But
who's coaching him? Is Aceto, right?
He's been with Aceto the whole time, I believe.
I wish Aceto would like document more. I guess not, because if you're a coach, you don't want to say what you do with the people, right, with your clients.
Oh, but dude, you've worked at Aceto, Morgan?
No, I haven't. No,
dude, Aceto doesn't do any of that. Like he's like legitimately off the cuff, make decisions as he sees it because he's so intuitive. Like when I worked with him, like he came to room at New York Pro and he's just like, all right, what are we carbon up on?
That's funny.
And he's like, what are your carbs at for today? I'm like, well, you had me at 350. He's like, okay, let's do 400. And I'm like, okay, what's next meal? He's like, well, what do you want it to be? I'm like, I mean, I like cream of rice. He's like, oh, let's do cream of rice. Like, you know what I mean? He's definitely not tracking it, being like, well, last Wednesday,
it's more intuitive. It's more intuitive.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, Morgan, have you seen the text he sends to people, his clients?
Yeah. Well, my coach for a long time was Ron Partlow, and Aceto coached Ron like his whole career, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I was coached by a disciple of Chris Aceto, and I feel like it was pretty similar. Like, not a big focus on like drugs or supplements or anything like that at all. Just like food manipulation, like hardcore dieting, like get fucking peeled and then figure out everything else after.
And his hieroglyphics, when he's like, he'll send me a message, be like 5 SL, so 5 Slin, pre W workout, and then it'll say MF times 1. So 5 units of insulin pre-workout with muffin.
Yeah, or like a 8 chick 2 muffs.
Yeah. Yeah.
You need to like create like a dictionary like for yourself, like with all the acronyms and like what they're
Yeah,
meaning.
yeah.
You can
I
refer
have to look
back.
at it sometimes like 3 times and like,
That's
oh, okay, I
funny.
think I got it.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. When we look really good, he would send best bin,
Bro,
right?
Say
Best
what?
bin. Best bin.
Best bin?
Yeah.
Oh,
He
yeah.
would just write that best bin. 2 muffs, 2 chicks.
yeah. Here's what I remember when I first started. This is a funny story. When I first started working with him, he's like, all right, he had me in 500 mgs of test before I used a growth. And he goes, all right, we're going to start a game changer. And he's like, 100 milligrams a deca tomorrow. I'm like, okay. Monday, Wednesday, Friday? And he's like, no, just tomorrow. So I messaged Jose. I'm like, bro, is he fucking with me? And he's like, no, just follow it, man. He has his own weird way of doing things. And then like Friday comes and he's like, look, you're 2 pounds up and you're harder and better. Leave it alone. Stay the same.
Just like sneaking a shot of Deca.
Yeah.
Game changer.
Another 100 milligrams of deca on Monday.
All right,
That's
man.
funny.
Whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's look at the other guys. Where are they? I saw a top 4 right here. So see that? So the other 2 guys, I don't really know them.
That's a. I mean, I don't.
Well, Justin has competed a bunch of times this year. It was his pro debut. Like
Yes.
he's done
Yeah,
like
okay,
he's done
I
5 or 6 shows as well.
Yeah, I recognize
And
him.
he's got the first call out every show he's done.
I
Yeah, that's
wonder if Angel or Angel, however you want to say it. I wonder if he is above 212.
Oh, I would think he is probably in the 220s.
He's super short,
That's true, yeah, because Sass is bigger than him, and I think Sass is only like what in the 220s,
like 5'6". Yeah, like
yeah. This was a small guy lineup for sure.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Look
All
at
these
his
guys,
3 inches.
all these guys,
5'3".
23s.
5'3".
No, we can't be only 5'3", is he?
Well,
Well, shit,
Look,
Jose is.
Yeah.
well, look.
Sean Carita's like 5'2", and Sean is like considerably smaller than even the 212 guys.
I think
Sean is-
Jose's 5'4". Jose's 5'4". I think.
Yeah, that would make sense. I think.
Yeah.
I like the 5th place guy in this lineup too. He was like I think it might have been his pro debut.
5th place. Antoine Loth.
Yeah, I thought he looked really good.
Oh, let's see. I like his name.
And actually, the guy that got 4th place, I think it was his pro debut as well.
Spain's a nice place to compete.
Yeah,
I like Spain.
Oh, this guy.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot of potential in that structure.
Yeah, it looks great. Small waist, good V taper.
Yeah, great V taper there. Yeah.
He does a good lat spread. Yeah.
Wonder how much he weighs.
Well, depends on. I mean, look at the door in the back. Maybe he's like 5'10". Maybe he's 5'11". I don't know. That's it. That's all the posts he has.
That's it.
Yeah.
9 posts.
Yeah, he's got 1,000 followers.
Instagram virgin.
I like him already.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, hey, I just showed up here. I don't know like what's going on. I just got my pro card. You know, and
I just got this like pro card thing. I heard there's like a pro show or something.
yeah, so
Yeah, I love people like that though. Like,
Yeah.
you ever go to like a local amateur show and it's a competitive amateur show and like you see like some crazy masters dude come out just fucking gnarly and you're like, hey, how's going on? And you're like, he's like, yeah, I don't have social media.
Yeah.
You know,
And he's like, I do like one show a year. And you're like, bro, you could be like a pro. He's like, I have no interest in being a pro. I just want to like win my show and compete for fun.
He's like, yeah, like me and the wife are going on a cruise next week. Like, it's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
All he cares about. Yeah.
You know what's funny? The only post he did that's not a collab is this one. All the rest he didn't post. He just got collab and he accepted it. So
Humble guy.
he actually has one post that he did. It's this one here.
He's either a humble guy or he hates social media like me.
Oh, dude.
That's a good fight. That's a good lighting. That's the type of lighting you want to see before like going to prejudge, you know? We all full and dry, and then your coach is pumping your tires.
You're just pumping your tires.
Little classic front dub.
Yeah, I like that. I like that front double bicep.
He's got to be pretty above, like, because like he does. It's not like he has a classic physique, but like he's not even come close to hitting the classic cutoff for his height.
Funny how they didn't put him in there. Can you just put the 5th guy too?
Yeah, it's weird. Like, why not put the top 5?
Yeah, that's fucked up.
The classic guys. There was one guy that was good. Here's a video comparison.
I could see how like it was kind of close in some of these shots, man.
Angel looked nuts, man. Conditioning.
Yeah.
He was like perfect. That was a really good peak. Like, I mean, what would you change there?
For
Hey,
Angel?
you know what's a good observation? All right, so I remember him at Olympia in 212, right? And I remember him looking little barrel bellied, right, in the 212.
Yeah.
Because of his short in stature. I wonder if some of the issue in regards to making 212 and then having to fill up in a short period of time and you having to eat all that food, because if you don't have to do that, you can kind of eat the entire week into the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's always the ideal situation.
And then even pull back on Friday to keep the gut a little smaller.
Well, the thing is, like, if you want to have your best ever look, having a weight class you got to deal with you won't be able to reach that. If your full mess dry S is like 216, they got to lose 3 pounds. You're going to be 3 pounds flatter just to make the weight, but your physique won't be the best.
Right. And then you have no time to fill back up again.
That's what I mean. It's like all the 212 guys would be better bodybuilders if they did the open. But would they be good enough to win shows though? That's right.
Except Sean. Sean always makes a weight cutoff.
Yeah. True. That's right. That's an advantage he has actually in the
huge. He can do whatever the fuck he wants.
About it. Yeah, he just comes in like full blown.
Way in with clothes on.
Is Angel like an open guy now, like permanently? Like he's moved up?
We don't know. I think he probably will go. My guess is that if he would win that, he would have done the open or maybe 212. Too bad he can't do both, huh? That'd be kind of cool. You know, maybe what Sean wanted to do both classes, and you had to choose.
Yeah,
I would have just let him do the 2 classes.
Yeah, I don't see why not either.
But I guess you could standpoint this way. Think about this though. In the logistic standpoint to Olympia, you're adding more people to cross over, which is going to create more time to be chewed up.
Okay, but there's 57 classic competitors. Maybe.
Well, dude, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, you could just. We'll get touch on that in a second, but I would just like. It would kind of suck though. But a solution I had for that is I'm gonna find this.
You know what they should do, honestly? It's like if they're going to have as many classic shows as they do, and you have that many people qualified, they should have a preliminary qualification like the day before. And it's just like the top 20 guys make it in. You know what I mean?
They really should do that.
Yeah, but then it really sucks.
How many did you say last year?
There was like 60 last year, I believe.
Dude, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's even 20 a class is a big class.
So that's as of now, I think.
Right. Well, dude, think about us.
56 people.
We're 57 men's physique. Think about judging that. Like, dude, at that point, you're going to make mistakes with your judging at some point. So you call groups of 10 out and you pick the best out of each 10. And then you see individual routines, you mark it down. Obviously, people change a lot of time by themselves or who they're compared with. So you might pull a guy out of a group of 10 that's not very competitive. The next group of 10, they're all nuts. Like that judging class is going to take like an hour if you do it right.
Yeah, and like people are going to get overlooked. There's just no way it's not going to happen.
Exactly. Right.
Yeah, it's impossible.
So what would you do if you do like a preliminary? So it's like a pre-Olympia.
The top 20.
Yeah, but how do you judge that?
I think you got to do like, if you have 60 guys, you got to do like almost break it into 3 shows. And
but then what if like the top 10 of the Olympia are all in the first show and you grab only the top 5? And then you end up with like, let's say the third round of 20 guys, they all suck. So like it would be all the last from like 40th place to 60th place are all in the third call out by chance. And then you end up with like a top 3 of like people that suck that shouldn't be there.
Dude, this is what you'll have to do. Obviously, we know when you look at like a frontal bicep silhouette, a front relaxed, a radial bicep, and maybe a classic shot. So you have groups of 10 come out and you call those shots and you pick the best guys out of each 10, put them to the right. The other guys go to the left. The next group of 10, you pull the best guys, go to the right, these go to the left, and then do it again and again. And then you have all these guys all say up another top 10 and do the same poses again, and then pull them out and narrow them down to those poses. So now you're like, process of elimination of those poses who have the best out of that group, and then you have them over here, and then you could probably do one more look at everybody else, make sure you didn't miss anybody, and then accumulate your like top 15. You know what I mean?